Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Zach.
And Martina.
And we're going to have a little bit of stories for you, okay? So this is a new little segment that we're trying out. It's called, You Won't Believe This Shit.
If you've ever started a story with, you won't believe this shit, we want you to email us and tell us what followed.
Yeah.
You can email us at booksandbspodcast, all A-N-D, not and, at gmail.com. So booksandbspodcast at gmail.com.
And you can put little things in there like you don't want you don't want names.
Yeah, if you'd like to remain anonymous, that is fine.
We're going to read this,
yeah.
how you send it to us.
Right.
Now, this one, the person has requested that names not be used, so I don't know if I can use their name.
We're just going to say no. We're just going to say first one is straight out the gate anonymous.
So this one is anonymous, and the story is titled Girl Shake Your Booty Meat.
He's lying. Deep throat, Zach. Deep throat. Open your mouth. Take the mic.
And also, before I'm even reading this, and if people have already sent us these, and it's too late now because you've already sent it, take into account what our podcast is like, and maybe don't send us like your coming of age story or like mad depressing shit, or try to keep it as jovial as possible because I'm gonna fuck it up.
I mean, or you could just send it and we'll fuck it up. As long as you're aware that we are not like necessarily the best at anything, then you'll just be okay with it. Like if you're prepared for us to accidentally fuck up and maul your coming out story or your coming of age story or any of your stories.
Any of your coming stories.
any stories that have anything to do with coming at all. If you want to send them, we will read them. Well,
but don't.
No, we'll just read them. It's fine, even if it's porn.
Don't get sad, and that you sent us that story about that one time you caught Peepop and Mamaw just wrinkle slapping one time, and you had to watch. Like, don't send us that depressing shit because we're gonna make it not depressing. All right. Anyway, this one is actually a little special because it's the first one we're doing, and it was requested that I read it. Oh.
And I had nobody but the curtains have read it.
You had nutted? Is that what we're doing? You had nutted?
How about you focus for 5 fucking minutes?
Impossible.
And fucking read the story.
I will fucking read the story. Layla, I need your help with that.
Layla, how do I read?
No, fuck and read. Never mind. Alright, so this one is by Anonymous, titled Girl Shake Your Booty Meat.
No, what is it really entitled?
It isn't.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Go higher.
Oh.
Read.
Or scroll upward.
Oh, hey, this works out then. This is actually titled The Time I Was the Whitest, Dumbest Girl Ever. Or Get Out the Prequel. Or Get Out the...
Oh, Get Out the movie? Get Out the prequel.
Oh, I thought they were telling me to get out the prequel. And I'm like, I'm not in a goddamn prequel.
Get
the
Out,
dumbest, whitest girl ever.
the prequel.
I'll get out the colon.
Jesus Christ, we know how much you love the colon.
A lot.
Hashtag power bottom.
Yes. Ain't no pillow top, son. Alright, so my childhood best friend found out by accident that she was adopted. We were 15 at the time, and it really shook up her world. For the next 10 years, she became... am I allowed to use fictional character names?
Well, is her name listed on there?
She became Sherlock.
Oh,
and
yes.
located names
Don't be a
and
dumbass.
addresses of her bio family.
You're going to regret asking him to read this.
This was before Ancestry DNA kits, so you actually had to be a stalker to get information. Turns out that her bio mom was from a very wealthy old Southern family, but was severely mentally ill and ran away with a truck driver who was old enough to be her dad.
Oh.
My friend was one of the youngest of the known biological siblings, which meant her dad/sperm donor had actually fought in World War II. Note, my friend is only in her 30s, so her dad is as old as most people's grandpas.
My dad was 50 when I was born, so
Nasty.
I can relate.
But wait, it gets crazier. I thought it said it gets geezier. It gets crazier. She's one of 12 kids. K-pop like to fuck.
She wrote that, didn't
No.
I was like, did she write that?
That she knows of, and found out that basically Bio Dad used Bio Mom with her mental instabilities to be a broodmare. And sold the babies to families who were desperate to adopt. God damn it, see, this is why I said, don't send me serious shit! All right, so I'm all in. That, of course, is her story. Is her story to go into detail and make a Lifetime movie out of. Here's where I come into play. So it's been 10 years since the life-changing revelation for my friend, and I've been her ride-or-die bestie since we were in grade school. So she says, hey, I'm going to meet with these people. Will you come with me? Obviously, I'm in. What are best friends for anyway? It's the early 2000s. We're in our 20s and dumb as fuck. Seriously, we are dumb bitches. She did say that. That's not me making it colorful. We don't know anything about these people except they share DNA with my bestie, and she needs me to meet them because she feels like it will fill a hole in her life. The DNA will fill a hole.
I would like to just interject that the person who wrote this lives in West Virginia.
Well, they're driving to Alabama, bitches.
Oh, Lord.
Next one. Two 20-something gals with little to no cash having left the tri-state area without our partners or relatives and are now driving in a beat-up Ford Focus with minimal air conditioning 15 hours just outside of Birmingham in the middle of the fucking summer.
Goddamn.
But I mean, we did take the time to make a sweet-ass mix CD. Remember, there were the 2000s, and we had a WV, which meant Wi-Fi and fast downloads hadn't reached our neck of the woods yet, so it took a week to make this fucking CD. We were proud of it. Throwback to the way back.
Yes.
Anyway, we meet up with her first sibling, a sister. She's middle-aged, married, and has kids. She seems sweet enough. Reminds you of somebody's TV mom or something brimming with traditional Southern hospitality. We're tired. She graciously shows us where we can take a quick nap. I'm exhausted and pretty much pass out right there in the guest bed with my shoes on. About an hour later, I wake up and see a kid staring at me. It's time to fucking leave. If that shit happens.
Your shoes are already on, bitch. Run.
Get the fuck out. Like, don't even grab
Kids
the
are
key.
creepy. Just go.
Hotwire that shit when you get to the fucking car. Alright. I try to play it cool because technically this is my bestie's kin. Aw, kin. But then I notice my shoes and socks are gone. Get the fuck out! Fucking run!
Run, bitch, run!
He gonna kill you!
I have a great story when this is over.
Oh my god, okay. What the fuck? I know I was tired to take them off and basically fell in the bed when we went into a coma. Now I wake up and this weird kid is staring at me and my feet are bare. If he's finger fucking his belly button, you're dead. I'm still playing it cool when the kid speaks up. Your socks and shoes are in the closet. My mom wanted to take pictures of your feet. What? Alright. What? Alright. Okay, I'm still playing it cool. Okay. I am fucking dying inside. What have we got ourselves into? But wait, it gets worse. I decided to not say anything because my friend is really trying hard to get to know her sister, and I didn't want to make it awkward and ruin the experience.
Make it awkward. Ruin the experience.
Awkward. This is how bitches die.
Fuck politeness.
Fuck politeness. Get the fuck out. Wasn't that one of our first hashtags? Like fuck politeness.
No, that's straight out of MFM. That's my favorite murder.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Stay sexy and don't get murdered. Fuck politeness.
There we go. Okay. And I don't want to make awkward experience. It's now time to start dinner, and we offer to help. As we start preparing a salad, I ask for a knife to cut up some tomatoes, and her new sister says, we don't keep knives in the house. The kids get violent and try to hurt us sometimes. What in the goddamn fuck is happening right now? I am fucking going to die in fucking Alabama. My friend and I both look at each other, and because we have that special friend telepathy, we know we're both freaking out in our heads. Again, because our mothers raised us to be polite, we continue helping with dinner and trying to be pleasant guests. While all this is going on, Kid A tells us how Kid B likes to smother hamsters and they aren't allowed to have pets anymore. Jesus H. Christ, I'm going to die in Alabama now. Martina is losing her fucking mind. Bitch, I've never heard you laugh this hard before.
It's because I have family in Mississippi. And I can 100% relate to this story.
Jesus Christ, I've said some dumb funny shit, but you've never laughed like this. Holy shit, alright.
You have to understand where I come from. You just have to understand where my dad's family's from.
Alright.
Okay, go ahead.
It's now dinner time, and the husband comes home. He's a military guy, but not the cool kind. His body language screams of sociopathy and predatory behavior, and my instincts were now fight or flight mode. He eats dinner at the table alone, as the rest of us instructed to eat outside and enjoy the weather. Alabamian evening summertime weather, no one talks. While our hostess is cleaning up, I offer to help with the dishes because it's polite and I need to calm the fuck down. Dishes seems like a simple, mindless task. While I'm doing this, husband starts talking to my friend and asks what types of literature she likes. She answers and goes into a spiel about Edgar Allan Poe, especially The Raven and The Pit and the Pendulum. Not as a casual fan, but he's diving deep into the rabbit hole and admiring the darkness of Poe and how significant these stories are to his life's work. And when she says she hasn't read much of Poe, he goes crazy and starts insisting she read it and then analyze The Raven line by fucking line. Clearly this man is a serial killer. I'm convinced his whole family will kill me and I will not be sleeping through the night. I finally get my friend alone and we both freak out about because we're dumbasses, 20-somethings, we don't get the fuck out of there. We feign exhaustion and make excuses for bed and insist on sharing a room. We lock the door and take turns with sleeping. At the crack of dawn, literally the next morning, we pack and leave, but not to go home. We're meeting the next sibling. The one is closer to our age, her early somethings, and hopefully more relatable. Again, we're dumb white bitches. And the next sister lives literally near a swamp. We stopped and parked at a random church close to her house in order to get bearings and called her on our snazzy flip phone. Because again, early 2000s people. When she finds out where we were parked, she panicked and her thick accent yelled through the phone, "You can't park there. That's a black church." First alarm bells go off. I mean, we're from West Virginia, but of course MAGA country. But of course, it's MAGA country in our little lives, and we've never heard obvious shit like that before. We eventually get to her house, and aside from the obvious racism, she's nice to us, but obviously something's askew. We enjoy most of the day, and even takes us to local swimming hole, which is packed. People are jumping off cliffs and splashing and playing, and we relax a little bit. That evening, she mentions we're going to dinner at a local steakhouse, and we get to meet her husband. The steakhouse is a chain steakhouse where the waitstaff line dance various times, and the atmosphere is riled up. Seemed fun. Until a black waiter starts line dancing too close to my friend. Her sister's husband tenses up, and you can see his eyebrows twitch. My danger alert is going off in my head, and I can tell my friend senses it too. We laugh and pretend like we can't feel the energy change in the air. We even high-five the waiter, and he compliments his ability to boot, scoot, and boogie, hoping to diffuse the tension from the racist McDouchery. It works. Not bad words were spoken to another waitress comes to take our order. Douche husband decides to order a steak that's almost $75, and his wife gently tries to tell him they can't afford it, but he's all swagger and bravado, and now he orders it. While she's now embarrassed and crying, their young kid pipes in very cheerfully, "Daddy don't like black people. He got a gun in his belt."
Oh, sweet mother of God.
Yep. We are stunned. At this point, I want to disappear and never return. I'm vehemently wishing for a magical portal to open up anywhere at this point, and hell seems to be a better destination. I pretend I don't feel well and we excuse ourselves. I tell my friend that I'm not fucking spending any more time with those people, and I'm using the last of my cash to get us a hotel room. We make our excuses, but the McDouchey seems offended that we would rather stay in a hotel. I deflect him by appealing to his toxic masculinity and say, "Oh, well, my husband always wants to be able to reach me on my phone, and y'all don't have cell service in your house." He buys it. Disclaimer, my husband is not a douche and is happy to let me pretend if if it prevents my murder.
That's understanding.
Yeah. We spend the night in a nice little hotel, and the newly discovered sister has asked to spend the night as well. At this point, I wish I had alcohol or sleeping pills or something to knock myself the fuck out. We've been in this goddamn state for 48 hours, and I'm convinced I'll never see home again. The night passes uneventfully, thank God, and we deposit the new sister back home. We tell her on We tell her we're on the next sibling's home and we have to drive through Birmingham. She insists on giving us a map and starts worrying about us. Mama say you ain't never supposed to stop off in Birmingham. Only bad things happen out in Birmingham. She's reciting it like she's been programmed into her. Just repeats out those phrases over and over and over again. Even as we pull out of sight, I can still hear her say, "Don't stop in Birmingham, Mama says." The next set of siblings we met were uneventful and genuinely good time. They were brothers and true gentlemen. We got to sightsee, learned about their childhoods, meet their families, and it was all good. But I'll be damned if those first 48 hours in Alabama haven't scarred me for life.
And now we are all scarred for life.
Yeah, I ain't going to Alabama. I can tell you that right fuck now.
I've been to Alabama. I spent a whole week there.
So
Mobile.
There's nothing like waking up to some little kid looking like he's gonna tongue punch your fart box.
Dude, Mama wanted to take pictures of your feet. I'm gonna put that on my fucking headstone when I die. Like, oh my god. Oh god, that was so fucking creepy.
Alright. Well, thank you, Anonymous.
Yes, best story, 10 out of 10. That was some fucked up shit. I loved it. I loved every fucking minute of it.
Alright, well, we're going to be doing more of these, you guys, so go and check them out. Again, if you have stories that you want to share,
please send them to us. We love reading your fucking weird, fucked up stories.
Yep. Alright, that's all we got. Deuces!
Bye!